Dreamscape presents Heavy Flow, Breaking the Curse of Menstruation by Amanda Laird, narrated by Amy Mcfadden. Dedicated to everyone on their period, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, especially Maisie Clementine. Only once we are educated about our cycles and the cultural associations can we recognize it for what it really is, not a shameful secret, but a fact of life that need not be concealed. Elizabeth Kissling, capitalizing on the curse, the business of menstruation. Introduction. I was, somewhat ironically, in health class when it happened. I didn't even have to look to know what was happening. The telltale warmth spreading from between my legs told me exactly what I needed to know. My pad was leaking. I excused myself from the classroom, tucked a fresh pad into the sleeve of my sweater, and stealthily inspected the chair I had been sitting on to make sure there was no blood on it. Thankfully, there was not. My classmates were still talking about the girl who stained a chair the term before. I shuffled my way to the washroom, keeping my legs tightly crossed to avoid another gush of blood and any further leakage. Sure enough, I had soaked through my pad and stained both my underwear and my jeans. I changed into a fresh pad, but the damage was done. The blood was visible on the outside. Mortified, I spent the rest of the day with my winter jacket tied around my waist. While the bloodstain had been concealed, the jacket around the waist trick was pretty much like sending out a bat signal to every other student in my school that my pad had leaked. Does this sound like a familiar story? I'm sure anyone reading this book has a period horror story of their own, whether it's the classic leaky pad in middle school, a bloodstain on the sheets of a new lover's bed, or a tampon rolling out of your bag at the most inopportune time. Having someone know you're on your period, or worse, actually seeing the blood evidence, is embarrassing. Or maybe your period horror story doesn't have to do with a blood stain, but the pain that is often experienced with menstruation. Period pain is real pain, and it's estimated that it affects anywhere from 70% to 90% of people who menstruate. That's a hell of a lot of bad periods, a term that Megan Cleary, founder of the aptly named resource website badperiods.com, defines as a condition enshrined in mystery, myth, cultural shame, taboo, and clinical gender bias. Never mind bad periods, all periods are enmeshed in the same issues. Full stop. Despite all...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?